Morning, Zio here, and today we're going to be talking about not Netflix, but Netflix adjacent for games. Anyway, now seriously, go ahead and grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? And I've lost my thing, so there we go. One of these days, I hope to afford a stream deck so I can actually make these transitions so much easier without me having to click a button on my mouse and have it hover over intro or anything. Anyway, aside from that, no, seriously, this is, we're apparently just going over things I wanted to talk to but never got a chance to over the past few weeks because of various things. But yeah, so this is what we're talking about. Microsoft is developing new hardware to bring its Netflix for gaming services to the TV. No, so we've talked about it in the past, right? You've got the Xbox, okay? Xbox, stick with me. Xbox is Microsoft has been developing Xbox's Xcloud. Xcloud, it is Xcloud, right? Anyway, service where it will bring you sort of a streaming service of games, right? So you don't actually have to download the games. Right now, it's got Game Pass, which, of course, if you ask me what you should pick, go Xbox, get the Game Pass. I mean, seriously, I just have the PC version of Game Pass, and there's been more bang for my buck just from that than anything else. You know, I've got to play things I never thought I would actually get around to playing or trying out, like No Man's Sky, for instance, and various other games that I never thought I would actually get a chance to play if it wasn't for that service. So, you know, it's definitely great, a lot of fun. You get access to a lot of things, but this is not a, you know, buy this kind of thing. They're not sponsored. Don't worry. Anyway, Microsoft is planning to bring Xcloud to the TVs, and of course, how will they do that? Well, there's a few different ways that they can do this. You know, they can make a dedicated app for smart TVs. So you know how you download Netflix or Hulu or Peacock, is that one? It is Peacock, right? I think I saw that somewhere. And various other things, and it will allow you to access servers and stuff like that. I think it was NVIDIA who was trying to do a service as well that got shut down because, you know, journalists and things lied about it, and everybody had this hoopla about it, going, oh my god, you're selling my products without my permission, when it never was that. But anyway, Steam has also done something similar to this in the past with the Steam Deck, Steam thing. Gosh, wow. Forget me trying to remember anything. Anyway, I'm sure somebody over at the Crowcast actually knows what that thing is called. Anyway, but yeah, you know, Steam has done something like this. Google Stadia has been using the Chromecast, which I think has been one of their biggest issues right there. Of course, I think it actually gets mentioned somewhere below where I highlighted where Google Stadia used Chromecast, and then they shortly came out with a new Chromecast that couldn't actually support Stadia without sideloading it this weird wonky way for months until much later in like the year, which I think was a bad mistake right there. It should have came with it. But anyway, Microsoft is aiming to push its cloud gaming product to other platforms, and it started rolling out Xbox Cloud Gaming to some users via a web browser on iPhones, iPad, and PCs in April. I didn't realize they were actually, you could do it on iPhones and iPads, to be totally honest. I knew PC was available in April, but they couldn't actually have a proper app because of, well, we've heard, who was it? Is it Riot versus Apple recently? No, Epic versus Apple. And we've learned about their App Store policies since then. If you hadn't seen that, of course, you know, you can go check those out. We talked about it more in depth elsewhere. But yeah, you know, due to that, they can't actually have a dedicated app. But I bet, you know, over here on the Android side of things, you know, I guess they'll work on developing an app for that if that's possible, if they don't have any disputes with Google, of course. Yeah, Android, Google. I wonder how they'll feel about that with Stadia. Anyway, Anyway, one of the other plans apparently is to work with manufacturers to add cloud gaming services to smart TVs by default. So if you go and buy a smart TV, you know how it has certain apps and stuff already built in without the use of a dongle. So, you know, I think I've got one smart TV in this house that does that. Meanwhile, the others use Roku dongles because they're not smart TVs, unfortunately. But yeah, and this way they can go ahead, it can be on there by default. You load it up, you get Xcloud, and you can go from there, log into your things and stuff like that. But apparently that's what it's going for, and they're of course thinking of using a dongle system as well, similar to Amazon's Fire TV Stick, Roku, Chromecast, all that good stuff, right? But yeah, that apparently seems to be the plan for Microsoft. They plan to bring this to the TV. So now, not only will you don't need to buy an Xbox to enjoy this. I think, you know, it's going to come down to how we can get the people who don't have Xbox to play our things, and this is going to be how they go about doing it. I think it's a great move for Microsoft. They've been making a ton of great moves lately with acquiring ZeniMax Entertainment, which gives them access to the Bethesda and everything else under that umbrella as well, which of course, if you haven't noticed, if you look at Game Pass and stuff, those games are all available now for you. Anything that a lot of the Bethesda titles from Fallout 2 to 3, 4, and all that good stuff, Skyrim's, Oblivion, things like that. I think Oblivion is. Anyway, I saw a ton of Bethesda games show up on there. You know, recently that weren't there beforehand, before the merger or before the buyout of ZeniMax. And then, of course, anything else under ZeniMax is also added to that. So if you can think, if it's on Game Pass, there's a good chance it's going to be on Xcloud as well. And then some, probably. So I think this is a great move for Microsoft. It's definitely going to enhance the Xbox brand, that's for sure. And I think it's great for gaming in general, because even if you don't have the hardware to, you know, play the games, you know, you'll have another option, right? They'll be able to virtually do that hardware for you, and then you can play it through your TV, and all you need is a controller, essentially, at that point, which I'm sure they'll be happy to sell you. So, you know, just like Steam did. Anyway, I guess that's going to be it for that. So let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.